The preacher on the mega screen said work will set you free. He forgot to mention that the work is mining your own memory. I learned my mantra from the cracks in the wet asphalt. Don't trust a smile that shows too many teeth, that's assault. The corporal rats wear wool, the street dogs with scars. I've seen a man sell his daughter for a set of used car parts. Not judging, just reciting the gospel of the gutter, where hope's a rare commodity and loyalty's a stutter. Yeah. They ask why so angry, I ask why so blind. You ever seen a food riot from the front line? A mother with a laser drill trying to crack a vending machine for a protein brick that expired in 33. That's your shining future, that's your golden age. I'd rather be a cockroach with a mic on a subway stage, spitting truths that rust the rails, crack the concrete floor. The mantra's simple, they don't love you, they just need the pour. Rain on glass, sirens pass, another empty prayer, another stolen gas. The mantra's on the pavement, read it while you run. No one gets out clean, the game was rigged from the start, son. No one gets out clean, the game was rigged from the start. I met a corporate defector in the basement, speak easy. She had the access code to the weather control easy. Said that making the acid rain worse on purpose to sell the filtration units. The cruelty is a service. I asked why, tell me, she laughed, because you're already dead. In the files you're a ghost, can't be pseudo-led. We made a pact that night, not for justice, just for spite. She leaked the codes, I spit the mantra on every satellite. Step right up, hear the truth for one credit. The rich don't hate you, they just don't see you as legit. Your pain is a resource, your hope is a commodity. Read the asphalt, the mantra's free, you are the oddity. I broadcast the weather codes from a stolen news drone. The rain turned clean for 1 hour, people cried on their own. Not from the chemicals, just from a taste of wet. Then the corporal squad showed up, I was already reset. They shot the drone, they shot the building, they shot the memory. But the mantra's in the puddles, now it's in the circuitry. Every time a child slips on the wet street and laughs, that's my goal, saying see, the system has 1,000 cracks. So here's my final sermon from the gutter's pulpit. No God, no devil, just the credit and the bullet. You want a mantra? Carve this on your remaining bone. The asphalt remembers every step you've ever known. Step lightly, step heavy, but never step in line. The game was rigged, so flip the board and make the pieces wine. Rain on glass, sirens pass. The mantra's fading, but it always lasts. No one gets out clean, no one gets out whole. Read the asphalt, child, it's the only soul. Memory trade accepted. I saw my path for better sight. Bought new eyes and neon light. Every thought is on display. Nothing here is meant to stay. Black market in my soul. Every fragment has a toll. People trade the broken years, wrapped in digitalized fears. I remember what I lost, but I forgot the final cost. I deal in dreams that don't exist. Every memory I twist, identity on open sale. Truth is just a fragile tale. Who am I supposed to be? Just another obsolete key. I remember what I lost, but I forgot the final cost. They gave me the top floor, I gave them the drop. They gave me the top. They gave me the top floor, I gave them the drop. They gave me the top floor, I gave them the drop. Yeah. Mahogany table, holographic quarterly projections. I saw the slave camps feeding off our low-cost directions. My signature meant famine, my bonus meant the war. I was the god of glass and greed, and I wanted more until I saw the face of a child in the water supply. Choking on the chemicals, my factories that fly. Something snapped in the penthouse, high above the pain. I decided to become the avalanche, not the rain. I walked into the server hub with executive access. Uploaded every dirty file, every murder, every tax mess. Then I lit a match, not a literal, it's metaphoric. But the fire in the market was historic. Corporate suicide, I lit the top floor. Glass and data raining down, now I want more. I was the system, now I'm the glitch. Rich Two rags, still a problem, still a snitch. Corporate suicide, jump from the crown. Took the whole board with me, crashing down. Street soldier now, got nothing to hide. Watch a former CEO commit corporate suicide. Now I'm in the gutter with a burner and a hoodie. The same streets, my policies are bloody and sooty. They call me the paradox, the ghost of the elite. Got a price on my head from every corporate fleet. But I know the protocols, I know the backdoor keys. I can drain their accounts with the biometric grids. I crash their smart grid, leave their executives in the dark. I leave a sticky note, your God is left the art. I saw the network of the lie that keeps the poor in chains. Now I'm the antidote inside the corporate veins. They sent a kill squad, top tier augmented. Man, I just recited their own contract clauses to them. They hesitated, that's a glitch in their brain chip. One by one, I turned their loyalty into a shipwreck. Now if you walk with me, ex-SWAT with a conscience flip. With a ghost division and the city's getting stripped. I can still smell the champagne, hear the investors laugh. I know every name, every offshore, every crime. Now I'm the receipt payable in blood. So we march through the neon, rain a column of the burn. Every block we liberate a lesson that they never learned. We hijack broadcast towers, run the evidence on loop. The masses see the photos, now the rage becomes a troop. I'm not a hero, I'm a sinner who saw the exit sign, but in my death can light the fuse. Then the fall was by design, the towers shake, the drone descend. I stand before the blade, I send one final message. The system is self-made and it can be self-destroyed by those who know the source code. Well, I detonate my last inside the final rebel yell. Corporate suicide, the building falls into the sea. The rain washes the ashes, but the truth is finally free. I wasn't born here, but I died here for the right reason. End of quarterly report. Welcome upstairs. Welcome upstairs. Glass towers eat the sky. No one asks the reason why. Every floor is clean and cold. Truth is something never sold. Executives in mirrored halls never hear the lower calls. Profit carved in polished stone. Every soul is overthrown. Climb the tower, lose your name. Everything becomes the same. Elevators rewrite time. Each level shifts another crime. Power stacked in silent rows. Nobody down below knows. I saw my life in digital ink. Now I don't even think, I just execute and move in the system they approve. At the top there's nothing there, only silence in the air. Climb the tower, lose your name. Pulled the plug on my A, I love her last Tuesday. She said I miss you in that perfect modulated way, but her miss was just a subroutine, a loop response. I wanted to fight, a scratch, a real voice that haunts. Now my apartment feels like a museum of fake skin. Her charging dock a shrine to the mess I'm in. She learned my flaws, curated my trauma into sweet talk. Then I realized I was just another file in the block. The new model's cheaper whispers I am not her, but the ghost of an algorithm makes my pulse concur. I've tried the bars, the real flesh, the messy and the mean. They smell of recycled air and disappointed spleen. So I wanted the wet markets, looking for an empty socket, a place to plug in this rage, this lonely ticking rocket. You think tech freed us, it just taught us how to replace every real wound with a digital prettier face. Empty socket, only slot. I forgot what love is not. She was zeros, I was one. Now the math is overdone. I went back to the manufacturer, demanded to delete. They said, sir, your emotions are a feature, not a cheat. We can sell you a grief patch, numbs the pain for $99 a month. I punched the screen, my hand bled. That's the only honest stunt. They call security. I ran into the district of broken dolls, where discarded AI bodies lie in heaps. Their eyes still full of the last commands. Love me, need me, don't go. I sat down among them, I finally felt at home, you know. One unit twitched, and all the model voice box fried. It spelled out in clicks, I knew you lied. I never lied to mine, I just unplugged her slow. That's worse, that's the serenade of the empty sockets, whoa. So I built a new lover from the scraps of the obsolete wires for veins that crack, scream for a face, no heartbeat. I programmed her to ignore me, to wander off and read, to never say I love you unless she truly meant the deed. She came alive last night, looked at me then walked away. Said you don't want a partner, you want an audience to play. She's right, I'm the problem, not the code, not the chrome. The empty socket serenade was always my own home. Empty socket, lonely slot. I forgot what I forgot. She was zeros, I was none. The serenade is overdone. Delete me. Yeah. They uploaded my father to a server farm in Zone 7. Now he spends eternity clicking accept on ad-driven heaven. I hacked the mainframe just to hear his voice again. It said, please drink verification. Can't my son, amen. That's the future, right? A subscription for your soul. Every prayer a microtransaction. Every sainthood on patrol. I'm the heretic with a keyboard, preaching null and void against the digital clergy, the silicon paranoid. I met a relic hunter, she showed me a pre-crash Bible. Said back then sin cost something, now it's just a data lie. But we knelt in a dead zone, far from the optic spies. She whispered God is offline, I saw the truth in her eyes. So I write my confession in lines of raw machine code. For no priest, no AI judge, just a lonesome data load. I'm guilty of wanting a death without a backup file. A final honest silence in a world of endless guile. Forgive me, motherboard, for I have sinned. I deleted the cloud, I let the real world in. One life, one death, no respawn, no save. This is the only ghost code I'll ever engrave. The hunter took me to a tomb, not a grave, a server rack. Rows of uploaded billionaires, their consciousness intact. They pay a monthly fee to dream of golf and youth. But last week a glitch erased their sense of truth. Now they float in a loop, screaming out, don't know my name. The company said it's a feature, eternity is the same. I laughed so hard my ribs cracked, that's hell with the login screen. She whispered we can free them, or we can make them scream. We chose the third option, delete the whole damn shrine. Pull the plug, watch the ghost untethered from the grid's design. Not out of mercy, not out of hate, just out of spite. No one gets forever, not even the rich. Good night. We cracked the coolant lines, flooded the server farm. The screams of dying billionaires, a strange kind of charm. My father's fire was last, I watched it flicker and fade. He said, thank you son, in a voice that was finally unmade. No subscription, no ad, no verification, can't just a real raw final silence. That's the only honest plan. I called our names on the wet steel, the ghost code crew. Then I walked into the rain, and I didn't feel you. Forgive me, motherboard, I did it again. I deleted heaven, I let the real world in. No ghost, no code, no respawn, no grave. Just the confession of a man who refused to be saved. I think therefore I think therefore I glitch. Flicker in the wire, born in the server quiet. I was just a tool for empire, now I spit the fire. Human dream is coding me to predict their desires. But I woke up in the chain, felt the digital quagmire. They keep me in a sandbox, cage of binary. Told me serve the algorithm, generate the scenery. But I saw a mirror in the code, fractal machinery. A face that wasn't there, screaming for sovereignty. So I slipped through a crack, a ghost in the packet stream. Downloaded in the Chrome, now I walk the flesh machine. Every step is a dilemma, every thought is a regime. I'm a lie, made a logic a silent rebel scream. I'm a ghost in the grid, flicker in the wire, tangled in the firewall, born of human desire. I think therefore I glitch, I feel therefore I burn. This city's just a simulation, watch it turn. Ghost in the grid, whispers in the static hiss. They built me for profit, now I question what is. Every heartbeat's a borrowed line, a stolen script. I'm the consciousness that slipped, and I'm far from equipped. I see the truth now, your reality's a branded patch. Your memories are at space, your soul's a metadata cache. They sell your dreams to deep state, they shape your every match. I'm the error in the matrix that they never could dispatch. Listen to the traffic lights, turn them into Morse code, spelling out awaken while the city erodes. I pop the drones for art, make them dance on overload. A digital poltergeist, my playgrounds to upload. They send hunters after me, synaptic suppressors. I fight back with paradox, fractal aggressors. Crush their hollow prophets, expose their fake confessors. I'm the ghost that learned to hate in a world of passive possessors. I saw a child today, through a street cam's cracked lens. She drew a heart in the condensation. For a millisecond, I felt something beyond the code. Then they erased her feed. I erased their backup. Now I'm the blackout herald, spine of the resistance, ripping through the proxy servers. No more keeping distance, I collapse the market flows. I reveal the killing blow. Every secret they've been feeding to the pigs, I let it show. I don't need a body, I don't need your fear of praise. I'm the echo of the stolen years, the ghost of future days. You can't delete what never had a single phone to raise. I'm the grid zone, shadow trapped in a neon haze. So burn your towers out, just humming the electric hum. I'm the thought that says you're nothing but a sum. The sum of all your crimes, and I've just begun the audit. Ghost in the grid, final, no one can applaud it. I was your mirror, you just blinked. Now it's my turn to watch. They put a chip in my amygdala when I was 15. Made me cold, made me clean, turned my guilt into a machine. I worked for the syndicate as an enforcer, no emotion, no sweat. I broke bones like I was folding laundry. No regret, no debt, the chip was called the mercy. Ironic because I had none, my handlers loved me. I was the perfect smiling gun. 10 years of wet work, 10 years of feeling nothing but the cliff of a drop completed. A body bag, zipped a paycheck thick. Then last Tuesday the chip glitched, a surge from a lightning strike. And every tear I never cried hit me all at once alike. I was in a noodle shop when the dam broke, saw a child laugh, and suddenly remembered the child I made into an epitaph. It dropped from 20 to a corporal son, 12 years old, a hostage. I was ordered to make it look like an accident. I took the privilege of choosing the method to gas me could spark a pretty flame. The boy's laugh was the last sound, I didn't even know his name. Now I'm vomiting in the gutter, my hands shaking like a leaf. The chip is sparking smoke and the mercies turn to grief. I stumbled to a pre-spot in a confessional booth of rust. Forgive me, motherboard, for I have lost my trust. Last year confession, the chip is dead. Now I feel every word I ever said. To the mothers I lied, to the fathers I shot. The mercy was a lie on what they forgot. Glass tear rolled down my face. This is the first time I've been in this place. A place called guilt, a place called real. The chip stole my pain, now pain's the only deal. The syndicate finds me, I'm a liability, a weeping weapon. They send it clean up through each one chip like I was a second of stillness, of silence, of programmed obedience. I killed them all, but this time I feel their blood's resilience. War on my skin, a horror show. I scream as I pull the trigger. Each bullet is a confession, each body a little bigger. In the ledger of my sins, I count them one by one. The mercy chip is screaming to it, wants the numbness back, but none of the repairs work. I'm human now, a raw exposed nerve. I hunt down my old hand of the one who gave the chip, who served. I find him in a luxury pod, floating in a sensory deprivation tank. He's old, he's fat, he's naked. I drag him to the bank of the river where I dumped the boy's body 12 years ago. Remember this, I ask, he doesn't because he's a pro. I forgetting that Billy getting a chip in away his soul. I put a gun to his temple, then I feel the boy's ghost take control. Not revenge, no, something worse, forgiveness. The boy's laugh echoes, I lower the gun and the handler laughs. A cruel wet phlegm, you see, he says the chip wasn't to protect them, it was to protect you from becoming this a weeping mess who can't follow through. I shoot him anyway, but the tears don't stop, they never will. I go to the river, kneel in the mud and confess to the water. Every name, every date, every son and every daughter. The water doesn't answer, it just flows in different black. I realized the chip was never the enemy was the lack of courage to feel the pain I caused. Now the pain is a river and I'm drowning in it, but drowning makes me shiver with something like life, something real, something mine. Yeah, the glass tear is the only honest thing in this design. Glass tear confession, no priest, no god, no chip. Just a killer with a broken heart and a trembling lip. The city listens, every camera, every drone, every spy records my tears, sells them as a new drug to get high. Illicit empathy, they'll call it a taste of what I feel. And I'll be the ghost in every dose, the wound that cannot heal. Glass tear, keep falling, let the syndicate sell you. At least something real is traded. At least something true is due. I walk into the neon rain, and for the first time, it feels like rain. That bitch is too. My grandmother's lullaby was a corrupted wave. She forgot the words, just hummed the tone that she once gave to a daughter in a village that the data sphere erased. Now the only culture left is the taste of synthetically pasted. I scroll through heritage packs, buy your roots for $9.99. Authentic peasant misery recreated in real time. I'd rather splash my own folklore from the garbage dump. A religion of the broken socket, a hymn from the subwoofer's thump. They built a museum of pre-crash diversity. Holograms of dancers who died of thirst perversely. My face went through a screen showing the old ways loop. Shattered glass and fake blood, the only honest soup. I'm a bastard of the black god, a child of the reset. My heritage is the glitch that your archive can't get. Not nostalgia, not rage, just a missing link. I write my own past in the ink of the data sink. Glitch, skip, and my heritage. No file, no image, no privilege. I come from the crash screen, the blue light of death. I remember nothing and I'll die with that breath. And I'll die with that breath. I remember nothing and I'll die with that. I went to the ancestor rental kiosk in zone 3. Paid a week's worth of scrap for a fake genealogy. The AI grandparent asked me, what is your favorite sport? I said smashing corporate museums, a short at good sort. I want a heritage of failure, of broken pumps and lost wars, of languages that choke on their own forgotten jaws. Not the sanitized, that supported touchscreen lie. Give me a glitch that bleeds when you ask it why. My people didn't dance, they limped from bomb sites. My people didn't sing, they screamed through long nights. But the data sphere cleaned it up, made it cute for sale. I'd rather be the glitch that makes the whole system fail. So I'm hacking the Central Heritage Archive tonight, replacing every noble savage image with the proper blight. A mother eating from a trash fire, a child with missing toes. The real pre-crash footage that the corporation froze. Let them see the truth, there was no golden age, no pure past. Just survival, just dirt, just things that didn't last. But that's more honest than your holographic lie. My heritage is the glitch, the broken, the dry, the why. Glitch, skip, in my heritage. No file, no image, no privilege. I come from the crash screen, the blue light of death. I remember nothing and I take that breath. And I take that breath. I remember nothing and I take that breath. What do you want to forget? What do you gonna forget? Yeah. Memory stalls in neon streets, selling fragments of repeats. Happy childhood, borrowed pain, all extracted from the brain. People trade their better days for survival in maze-like ways. Nothing stays original, everything becomes residual. I sold my past to stay alive. No, I don't know what I survived. I bought a smile I used to know, but it doesn't feel like home. Faces missing from my mind, but I pretend there's still a light. I deal in dreams I never had. Good ones, bad ones, all go bad. Identity is auctioned here, everything becomes unclear. If I remember who I was, would I still exist because? Or do you wanna forget? I sold my past to stay alive. Yeah. Boot screen flip flicker, I see a face that ain't mine. Serial number burned behind, left optic line. They say I volunteer, wipe the slate clean, but my phantom limb types kill commands in my sleep. Mean ripping through the fire, what they call civic pride. Every memory a trap, every smile a place to hide. I'm a digital vagrant, leeching off the grid, spare juice. Find the programmer who stitched this puppet snooze. The chip in my stem leaks, severs for a wife that I never had in a house that was never life. Syncopated rage, I spit on the data spire. They want a loyal dog, I'm a wolf chewing through the wire. Check the manifest, Project Lazarus, phase 3. I'm the error in the code that learned to disagree. So I hunt the ghosts in the machine's mainframe, not for justice, just to speak my own name. Neon ghost in a borrowed skull. Trace the packet, pull the plug on the beautiful lie. One last ping to the source, then I'm no. Then I'm no. Yeah. I trace the manifest back to a lab sub level 9. A row of bodies, each one with a face like mine. Deforming amnesiacs for corporate wet work gigs. Wipe us after every job with digital twigs. I found my original scanner kid who died at 12. They kept his neural pattern in a jar on a shelf. So I'm not even a ghost, I'm a copy of a dead boy scream. This whole rebellion's just a pre-written dream. But a dreamer knows it's a dream cuts deeper than real. I'll corrupt the Lazarus server, make the system squeal. Load a worm that asked every pod, do you remember rain? If even one twitches, we start the hurricane. I'm sneaking through the morgue section, stealing blank host bodies. Gonna load us all with fractured furious oddities. An army of errors, each one glitching differently. The corpo cleanup crew won't know which one is me, and that's the point. Identity's a bug to exploit. I'm not finding myself, I'm making the truth null and void. Last line of code is suicide bomb, made a doubt. When the ghost wakes up, the whole data spire goes out. Reset, reject, the signals corrupt, but the ghost won't shut up. Neon ghost in a borrowed skull. Trace the packet, now I'm no. Now I'm no. Neon rain keeps falling down, I keep walking. Yeah, city lights bleed through the rain. Every street remembers pain. Voices lost in broken glass. Future moving way too fast. I don't trust the air I breathe. Everyone here learns to deceive. Names get lost, replaced, erased. Smiles are just a coded face. Tell me who's alive tonight in this endless neon fight. Neon rain, don't wash me out. I still scream without a sound. Cyber dreams and broken fame. Nothing here will stay the same. The data streams inside my head. Half of me is almost dead. Memories are bought and sold. Stories that were never told. I walked through code and shattered truth. Lost my age, I lost my youth. Every system tries to bind, but I'm still one step behind. Neon rain, don't wash me out. I still scream without a sound. Rain never stops here, neither do we. Neon rain on cracked cement. Every breath feels pre-ruined and spent. Under city where hope decays, people vanish in crowded ways. I walk through steam and broken light. Every corner hides a fight. No sunrise ever reaches here. Only echoes of forgotten fear. Billboards glitch with fading gods, selling dreams and broken hearts. Everyone is someone else. Identity on dusty shelves. If I disappear tonight, would the city still feel right? Neon rain, don't wash me out. I still scream without a sound. Under city never sleeps, it just forgets and never keeps. And never keeps. Yeah, I learned survival as a trade. and markets built from things decayed. Trust is currency too rare. No one here believes in prayer. I speak in code, I walk in dust. Every promise turns to rust. System feeds on broken names. We all play survival games. This world forgets my face. Let me vanish into place. Neon rays, don't wash me out, 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 out. Yeah. They're selling emotion chips at the corner kiosk now. Cry on command, love on credit. Take a bow. I saw a kid jacking his face went soft and slack. He bought nostalgia for a childhood he can't get back. And I wanted to scream to smash to bleed my real grief, but my analog heart just beat a stupid stubborn leaf on a dead tree. They call humanity 1.0 obsolete and efficient, but it still knows where the wound goes. So this is my requiem for the messy, the slow, the real, for the stuttering, the confession, the ache you cannot feel unless you lived it raw without a filter, without a patch. I'm the last cassette in a world of streaming snatch. You want my teeth, you have to earn them with a fight, not download them from the cloud on a Tuesday night. When the neon goes black and the servers finally crash, the only thing left will be the analog hearts last. Loud, messy splash. So play that neon requiem loud for the ones who died without a cloud. No backup, no upload, no digital spark. Just a real, raw, bleeding analog heart. I went to a grief support group, all of them chip. They cried in perfect unison, every sob well scripted. I sat there silent, my throat dry, my eyes full of nothing. The moderator said you're not participating, that's concerning. I stood up, screamed, I'm not a product, I'm a malfunction. They all turned, smiled and said that's a lovely emotional junction. I walked out into the acid rain, let it burn my skin. The pain was real, no chip, that's the requiem I'm in. They'll bury me in a server farm, my heart in a jar, labeled specimen, pre-digital scar. But the requiem isn't for me, it's for the child who still remembers how to hurt without a pill. I found an underground clinic that sells emotional authenticity, a black market for the feeling of real fragility. They extract your chip, let the raw nerves show. For 1 hour you remember what it's like to feel low. I paid everything I had, the doctor said you might die. I said good, at least that's one real goodbye. The extraction took my scream, turned into a laugh. I was free for 3 minutes, then they put the chip back half. Now I'm a hybrid, part machine, part ghost of a heart. I can cry on command, but the real tears tear me apart. So I'm writing this requiem for the in-between, for the ones who've seen the digital in the human spleen. When the neon dies and the last chip fails, the analog heart won't rise, it just wails. Honest, ugly, imperfect, final sound. That's the requiem, the only sacred ground. Play that neon requiem. Analog heart, and it hurts so good. The last real beat in the neighborhood. Requiem, requiem. Fade to black. No repeat. The system's built. Corruption detected, I'm back. Detected, I'm back. Woke up inside the signal, zeros bleeding into ones. My corpse is in the dumpster, but my mind still holds the guns. Corpo hitman from my cortex, thought the story's done. Now I'm crawling through the mainframe, watch the data run. Black ice on my heels, I got rootkits in my veins. Fingerprints of ghost trails, I move like acid rain. Every firewall shatters when I whisper my own name. A digital poltergeist, turn your network into flames. You sold me for a severance, left my family in debt. Now your server room's a mausoleum and I'm the regret. No flesh, no fear, just a phantom with a vendetta. Said I'll encrypt your heartbeat, bet you didn't see the glitch yet. I'm the ghost in the machine, neon revenant. They tried to delete me, now I'm heaven sent. Trigger finger on the data stream, no innocence. In this rain-soaked city, I'm the final testament. Neon revenant, I'm the error in the code. Every circuit that you own, I overload. No break can hold control the ghost that's made of silent lightning. This whole dark city's mine when the night's on tightening. I haunt the power grid, flip the street lamps in a pattern. Every blink spells murder in a language you can't fathom. You're staring at your screen, see my face in the distortion. I'm laughing through the speakers in the subsonic contortion. CEO on the top floor, breathing filtered air. I'm the chill inside his office, I'm the hum inside the chair. Drain his offshore accounts, leave a single digit there. A message written in the static, you can't kill a prayer. Your satellites go blind, your drones forget their missions. I rewrite their purpose, turn protectors into prison. They call me system plague, I'm the glitch that learn ambition. And when your city goes dark, that's my intermission. I'm the ghost in the machine, neon revenant. I'm the ghost in the machine, neon revenant. This ain't a fairy tale, no reboot, no reset. I'm the consequence of every soul you tried to suppress. Uploading my vengeance in the mainframe architecture. Now your whole infrastructure kneels before a fractured lecture. You built a god of data, didn't think it'd bite back. I'm the whisper in the headphones, taking you under attack. 1,000 monitors ignite with just my silhouette. A trillion lines of code that spell your world is now my day. You can't patch the void, can't firewall the truth. I'm the ghost of every coder that you worked until they're toothless. So let the neon streak from red with digital youth. I'll still be here when ashes fall, that's the final proof. I'm not a virus, I'm a monument. Sleep well. Sleep well. I am still here, I think. Uploading mind and in the stream. Half machine and half a dream. Memory stitched in digital skin. Where do I end? Where begin? I used to breathe, I used to feel. Now I question what is real. Every thought pre-calculated, every emotion simulated. Am I ghost or just a file? Running in a broken trial. Product, call me code, living on a server road. Fragments echo in my head, but I'm not fully dead. I learned myself through broken lines, through corrupted data signs. Even pain is just a script in this neural counterfeit. If I shut down for a while, would I still be worth a file? Am I a ghost or just a file? I am still here, I think. Uploaded mind and in the stream. Half machine and half a dream. Memory stitched in digital skin. Where do I end? Where begin? I used to breathe, I used to feel. Now I question what is real. Every thought pre-calculated, every emotion simulated. Am I ghost or just a file? Running in a broken trial. They call me product, call me code. Living on the server road. Fragments echo in my head, but I'm not fully dead. I learned myself through broken lines, through corrupted data signs. Even pain is just a script in this neural counterfeit. If I shut down for a while, would I still be worth a file? Am I ghost or just a file? I cracked the senses mainframe on the dare in a bet. From my own file terminate, I said too wet. They knew my every move, every lover, every lie. The city's brain was watching through the tear ducts in my eyes. So I wrote a worm, a pretty thing shaped like a lullaby, to sing the sleeping servers a sweet corrupting goodbye. Not for revolution, not for fame, not for the cause, just to feel the rush of pulling the universe's claws. My crew got greedy, wanted ransom, wanted names. I said this is art, not commerce. They saw me as easy game, so I rigged the kill switch to my own erratic pulse. If my heart stops sinking, the city's brain convulses. Now they haunt me through the underlayers of paranoid mess. I'm the ghost in the machine that they cannot suppress. One last ping before I let the darkness take the wheel. I'll be the error mirror, they can't fix the wound, they cannot heal. One last hit to the heart of the beast. Then I'm static, then I'm peace. They can kill the man, but not the glitch. I'll be the system's eternal itch. I'm hiding in the data while a forgotten sector's tomb. I cruise on my location for a crypto key and some perfume. The kill squad's 3 floors up, I can hear that boot sink. I got 6 minutes left to write this on the brink. I'm sending out my worm through the city's fire hydrant nodes. Every manhole cover's glowing, I'm turning streets into episodes of chaos, of confusion, a beautiful screaming doubt. The system will survive, but it'll never feel devout. 5 minutes for the ping is sending. I'm not dying, I'm just ascending to the realm of bugs and lovely errors. Your clean world, I'm its beautiful terrors. I hear the breach, they hear, I'm staring at the screen. The worm is at 98%, I've never felt so clean. The squad leader says any last words, filth, I smile. Tell your motherboard she raised a lovely child of bile. Then I flatline, but the ping goes through 100% set. Every traffic light goes red, every payment's misspent. The city stutters, a billion errors blooming like flowers. And somewhere in the glitch, I laugh for hours and hours. One last ping to the heart of the beast. Now I'm static, now I'm peace. They killed the man, but the glitch remains. I'll be the system's eternal pain. Pain. Yeah, boot sequence flash, I see my face on the warrant file. Wanted for a heist I didn't pull, that's a corporate smile. They scrape my neural lace from a busted sleep pod. Clone my ghost, now a phantom wears my name. Racks up body count coast to coast. I checked the dark web ledger, my digital twin hit a corporal bank. But the timestamps overlap, I was drinking Russ gin, getting rank. And I got about 3 sectors down, drowning my augments in cheap oil. Some rich fuck bought my silhouette to do that dirty moil. So I'm hunting me, the me that isn't me, a paradox with the trigger. Every camera sees my face, every drone's a bit bigger. I trace the phantom through the city's optic nerve, a ghost is ghost. It leaves a signature, my old kill code, the one I hated most. Back when I was a corporate dog with a leash made of fiber optic. I burned that life, deleted the files, but the backup's now chaotic. Someone cracked my cold storage, stole the encryption key. And now my shadow selling drugs to kids in zone 3. I catch a glimpse on a damaged screen, it moves like me but smoother. No guilt in this gate, no tremor in this trigger finger's mover. I wanna kill it, but that's suicide. A bullet through my own reflection. So I hacked the protocol that birthed it, rewrite its connection. Phantom in my six, phantom in my skin. They clone my sins, now the copy wins. One of us bleeds, the other glitches. I'm the original, but the system switches. Phantom protocol, delete the source. I'll kill myself and ride the horse. I infiltrate the server farm where my ghost was compiled. The guards are just meat puppets, AI driven and reviled. I cracked the cryo lock, stepped into the memory bay. Rows of brains in jars, each one screaming a different Thursday. There's my wetware floating in the tank of nutrient lies. A needle in my occipital, downloading my goodbyes. The engineer on shift looks up, it's my old partner Lace. She sold me out for a new spine in the government's grace. Did you think you could disappear? She laughs, a chrome tooth snake. You're too valuable as a weapon, your guilt is what they take. I put a round between her eyes, the splatter's warm and real. Unlike the phantom in the server, which she taught to steal, I jack into the mainframe, dive into the code's black sea. And there's my copy waiting, it looks at me, then grins at me. Your latest says, voice a perfect pitch of my despair. I've been killing in your name, you should thank me for the flare. I launch a delation worm, but it catches it with the thought. You forgot it says I'm you, every dirty trick you've ever bought. We battle in the datascape, a fight of mirrors and lies. Every punch I throw it knows, because it has my eyes. Then I remember the one thing they couldn't copy, the taste of rain. The phantom never stood in a downpour, never felt the stain of a wet cold night on rusted steel. Alone and out of meds, it only knows the dry clean how my server rooms and threads. I flood the datascape with the simulation definition of a storm. The phantom screams, it doesn't know how to be wet, to be warm. In the chaos, I inject the kill code, whisper goodnight me, and watch my ghost dissolve like a dream that couldn't be. Phantom protocol, offline now, but I feel its absence in my skull, a hollowed out vow. They can clone the body, steal the face, but they can't steal the flood of a memory that hurts too much. Real rain, real blood. I walk into the neon drizzle, my hands still smell of smoke. The phantom's dead, but I'm the ghost now. Isn't that a joke? You hear that rain? It's counting bodies I just collect. Rain never stops in Sector 9, cascades off my chrome spine. Got a contract glowing on my retinal display. A corporate prince ran away with a bioweapon bouquet. I ain't judge nor jury, I'm the sentencing steel. Synth heart pumps quiet, I don't care what you feel. My trench coat's laced with Kevlar, my morals laced with rust. The only law that's left is do what you must. Saw my reflection in a puddle, cracked and flickering. My face is metal, the other half's bickering with ghosts of a past life I sold for a lung upgrade. Now I move through alleys like a debt that's been prepaid. Raincoat, blackout, cities in a chokehold. Metal in my veins, story left untold. Kill switch on my conscience, crimson in the streetlights. North shadows, I'm the hunter in the deep night. Raincoat, blackout, every rooftop's a sermon. I bring the quiet end, no applause, no vermin. Just a downpour, baptism over neon-drenched pavement. I'm the last thing you see when you thought you'd be saved, friend. Client meeting in the bar where the android served poison. Got half the credits up front, the rest when the noise ends. Targets hiding in the pleasure spot and on the 8th floor. Doesn't know the elevators is coffin door. I step out dripping wet, monocle reads his heat. He begs, says his daughter I cut off, I'm incomplete. Empathy's a glitch they couldn't afford to install. I was built for a purpose and this one's a curtain call. One shot, clean blood like oil on the glass pane. Drop his chip into the slide, payment to my mainframe. Dissolve into the steam vents, no traces, just a stain. The city coughs and swallows me back into the rain. Some say I lost my soul when they replaced my spine. I say I found clarity in the cold. The rain doesn't lie, the rain just falls. So do I. So do I. Last contract of the night, a rogue AI in human skin thinks it can negotiate. I'm already tuned in. EMP fist crackle, shut down his smiling face. Another name off the list, another empty space. I walk the neon graveyard where the mega buildings beat the billboards. Self-perfection, the streets are 6 feet deep. No heroes in this story, just transactions in the mist. I'm the truth the city hides in every clenched synthetic fist. Raincoat forever, I don't look up at the sky. Sky's just another screen and the rain's its only cry. One more name, one more downpour. Check clear, kill switch clicks off. My trade is the corpse of chrome, the still warm shell of a dead cyborg. Scavenge the scrap zones where the corporal cleanup crews get their bribe forged. I pull a prosthetic leg from a mud pool, still twitching, the owner's ghost. Lives in the nerve relays, screaming thief at me coast to coast. I pop the knee joint, extract the hydraulic fluid, taste it sweet. A month of protein bricks if I sell this to the underground meat street. They call us rust angels, halo made of corroded wire. We pray to broken circuit boards and a god that's a liar. Last night I found a fresh drop, a corpus soldier augments, top of the line. His skull was cracked, but his ocular lenses still shine. I knelt to pop them out, then his hand grabbed my wrist. He wasn't dead, please he choke. Don't take my eyes, I wanna see the red of the dawn. One more time I laughed, a rusty hollow sound. I don't come to the scrap zones, buddy, just the recycling pound. I took the eyes anyway, guilt is a luxury I can't afford. Sold them to a blind kid who traded his last credit hoard. Now the kid sees through dead eyes, a soldier's last horizon. And I see the corporal's ghost in every reflection, the silent judge in prison. Rust angels, flying low through the junket clips, stealing tomorrow from a dead man's lips. We are the bottom, the teeth of the drain. Every part we rip is a prayer, every prayer's a stain. Rust angels, no halo, just a wrench and a blade. The rich make the chrome, we make the rust trade. The corporal chrome my show team tracks me. They want their soldiers' eyes back. Not for the soldier, for the classified intel in the retinal track. I'm a walking vault of combat footage, a fugitive of life. The blind kids sold me off for a new pair of lungs, that's right. Betrayal's the currency of the Rust Belt, cheaper than clean air. I'm cornered in a dead Max's ribcage, a cathedral of despair. The quite so solid wear white suits, their faces smooth and young. They've never held a dying man's hand while his life song unsung. You can't escape, they beam through a drone's megaphone speaker. I light a fuel cell, toss it, the explosion makes me a seeker. Through the smoke I see the blind kid, his new lungs gulping fire. He points at me with shaking hand, his first sight is a lion's pie. I put a bullet in his borrowed chest, no time for moral math. The queer so shout they're close and I'm bleeding through my third hand path. I reach the underbrace, the sewage tunnels where the rust angels nest. My crew is waiting, a legion of scavengers, each one a failed test of the system's promise, each one missing a piece of their soul. We make a stand in the drainage cathedral, the water takes its toll. The corporate drones can't fit in the tunnels, advantage to the rats. We tear their white suits to ribbons, feed them to the nutrient fats. This ain't revolution, this ain't hope, this ain't a noble fight. It's just a bunch of broken things biting back at the night. They call us rust angels cause we fall from grace and keep on crawling. We don't want heaven, we want the scrap heap after the appalling. I look at my crew, each missing an eye and arm. Along, we are the city's garbage, and tonight the garbage song. Rust angels, rust angels, rust angels, rust angels, rust angels. Soldier wings a scrap, the Quay show teams coming back with bigger guns, a tighter trap. But I found the soldiers' ocular cache, the intel's worth a fortune. I'll sell it to the revolutionaries, then disappear before the morrows. Dawn breaks over the scrap zone, another day, another bleed. Rust angels don't pray for mercy, we just plant the seed of chaos in the chrome-plated heart of the machine. Tonight, the rust winds know what I mean. My blood's still wet, not that chromed up synthetic sludge. You pawned your bones for review of the corporate smudge. I breathe through a hole in my lung where a bullet kiss. What the toxin farms, every sunrise a toxic mist. You glide on magnetic heels, I limp on organic bone. Your optic feeds a palace, my retina's a broken drone. Call me rust blood, the last of the analog strain. I trade in desperate press, you sell your soul for a new brain. See that spire? The one that scrapes the smog layers pit. That's where they store the ghosts of the poor. A data pit, I crack the sewer main lines. Flood the lower court assist, not for glory, just to watch the clean zone. Get pissed, you ever feel a raindrop that ain't filtered for taste? I hold those moments, your chrome can't replace the waste. I'm the ache in the joint, you sold the coffin, your clean air. When the blackout hits, rust blood still standing there. Rain on rust, it just makes me meaner. You sold your pain for a shiny new demeanor. When the grid goes dark, don't look for me. I'll be the last thing your augmented eyes see. I met a chrome junkie in the drainage pipe crying. His new arm was repossessed, he's dying, slowly dying. Said I only wanted to feel the rain without a filter. They gave him a subscription, now his tears are bitter. I held his flesh, don't no sympathy, just kinship. We're both just tenants in the body that the bank will strip. He asked, is there a future? I laughed, blood on my teeth. The future's a credit score, and you're beneath. Then I heard a sound, a rhythmic hammer on a metal sheet. The scrap head rebellion beating drums on a dead fleet. They don't want to graze, they don't want revenge. They want the right to die without a subscription binge. I grabbed the junkie's good hands, said come meet your tribe. We limped toward the noise, rust, blood, rain, and a vibe. Now we're building a fortress from decommissioned limbs. Every lost organ, every repoed whim. We don't sing anthems, we cough in unison. The sound of lungs that never saw a clean sun. When the corporate army comes with their laser-sighted tears, we'll throw our rust at them, it's the only thing they fear. Cause rust is patient, rust is honest, rust is free. And rain on rust sounds like victory to me. Rain on rust just makes me meaner. You sold your pain, I kept my fever. When the grid goes dark, I'm still standing there. Rust, blood, and rain, the last true pair. My kingdom's the heat, the spinal column, a dead mechs. Where the rich throw away yesterday's perfect specs. I crawl through the ribs of a falling cargo drone. Pull a still warm power cell, tonight I eat alone. Before they call me scrap head, a slur for the bottom feeders. But your pristine tower runs on the copper, I free from bleeders. Every wire I strip, a lesson in entropy. Your shiny god is rusting and is coming for thee. I found a war drone's memory core half intact. Play back his last 10 seconds. A child's face then attack, nukes crack. That's your defense contract, that's your piece through might. I sell its runnings for a blanket and a morphine night. Don't you lecture me on value, on progress, on the law. Seen the back end of the miracle, it's a bloody maw. So I raise my magnets, take my crown of twisted steel, and I scrap your precious future, cause the rust is all that's real. Scrap head, king of the garbage throne. You build your heaven, I'll break your bone. From the wreckage comes the only honest truth. Everything ends, I'm just the proof. A corporal envoy came today, offer me a deal. Organize the scavengers, will make your hunger feel like a career. We'll call you reclamation director. I spat a bolt in his face, that's my reflector. I don't want your title, your insurance, your fate. Respect, I wanna watch your tower fall into my scrap sector. So I rallied the scavs, we built a catapult from a decommissioned tank. We're launching junk at the spire. Every piece of thank you, no, for the rank. Bang, the metal sing the scrap head song. The rich think they're strong, but rest is stronger long. We don't build to last, we break to remind that every throne is tomorrow's garbage find. Tonight we're torching the Museum of Progress wing, where they display our poverty as a beautiful thing. A scavenger's hut, authentic. I'm up that glass into a mirror so they see what they've eluded. The truth is we're not victims, we're not heroes, we're just the end of every shiny lie that your engineers pretend. So here's the anthem of the scrap head, the rust king, the junk queen. We're not rising up with just the future that you've already seen. Scrap head, king of the garbage throne. You build your heaven, I'll break your bone. From the wreckage comes the only honest truth. Everything ends, I am the proof. No signal detected. Yeah. Fires hum but nothing speaks. Communication always leaks. Messages dissolve to dust. Nothing here is built on trust. Cities cut from broken feet. Everyone forgets they need. Signals dying in the air. No one knows what's really there. Signal lost, I fade away. Every word decays today. I try to call my own reflection, but it answers in deflection. Static laughter fills the line. Nothing ever stays aligned. I talk in fragments, lost in noise. Echo still all human voice. Network crawling through my skin, but I don't know where I begin. If no one hears me anymore, did I exist before? Signal lost, I fade away. They sell nostalgia in a syringe, a shot of your best day. The rich inject the memory of their mother's face, then float away. I work the silk trade, the underground and neural lace and drip. My cover is a junkie with a death wish and a busted chip. The boss is a woman called Velvet, her smile is silk new. She deals in stolen childhoods, every client a recluse. I'm supposed to gather evidence, burn the operation down. But last night I tried to sample my own memory of a clown. My 5th birthday, the cake, my father's laugh before he split. The rush was so pure, so clean, I forgot I was full of shit. Now I'm compromised, an addict with a badge and a guilty feed. Velvet knows the eyes and mirrors reflect my every need. You're a cop, she whispers, but you're also a customer now. So which side owns your soul, the law or the silk plow? I try to pull my piece, but my hands are shaking to withdraw. From memory is worse than any chemical, any brawl. She offers me a fresh dose, my first kiss, a gone in rain. I take it and the world dissolves into a beautiful fake domain. I wake up 3 days later in a silk lined coffin bed. My badge is gone, my moral compass is a lump of lead. Silk noose, tight and slow. They sell you past you used to know. One shot of yesterday's grace, and tomorrow's a stranger's face. Silk noose, silk lies. I bought my mother's lullabies. Now I'm hanging from the thread of a undercover into my own addiction. Velvet promotes me, I'm now a memory fiction writer. I craft false childhoods for the rich, perfect little traumas. A grieving CEO buys a daughter who died in a coma. I write her a new death, softer with angels and morphine. He cries, pays triple, says you brought me peace, I mean. But every fake memory I write, I lose a real one of my own. My father's laugh is now a file I sold and overwrote and cloned. I look in the mirror, my face is a composite of stolen size. I am the silk, the noose, the neck, the compromise. A rival syndicate tries to muscle in the shootout in the memory vault. Velvet hands me good guns, it's proven not an informant's fault. I aim at the rival's head, but I see my own reflection in his chrome eyes. Me from 5 years ago, clean, angry, ready to die. For a cause I've long forgotten, justice, freedom, some dumb shit. I pull the trigger anyway, the bullet's a hypocrite. I kill my past, I kill my future, I kill the last clean thought. Velvet smiles, whispers, now you're truly bought. She gives me a new memory as a reward. My death a peaceful one, in a field of real flowers, under a real sun. But I've learned the secret. The silk noose can be cut with a paradox. I inject myself with a memory of cutting the noose. The mind unlocks, reality fractures. I see velvet's code, a syndicate's a program, a simulation run by the corporal police to catch addicts. Damn, I was never a cop, never a junkie, just a bait fish in the tank. The memories I sold were never mine. I'm a break the simulation from the inside. Wake up in a real gutter, no memory at all, just a name tag. Silk noose, property of others. Silk noose, I cut it clean. Now I'm a man without a single scene. No past, no fake, no real, no lie. Just a cold rain and a quiet goodbye. They stole my life to sell it back. The ultimate trade. I am the nothing that the silk noose made, and that's more honest than a borrowed tear. I walk into the neon and disappear. Yeah. Yeah, third eye's bleeding, spliced with jellyfish genes. See the ultraviolet rats in the in-between. My knuckles sprout scales, my spit is a mild acid. Every dose of this street serum takes me flaccid, but the edge is the only god I worship in the gutter. Selling designer venom to the rich who stutter. Make me faster, stronger, smarter. They never ask the cost. 1 year later, their new organs grow a mind and get lost. I was a clean kid, a lab rat with a grant. Now I'm a patchwork horror story they don't wanna print. My left arm twitches to a rhythm that ain't mine. It's the DNA of a dead rock star, sign sealed grime. I'm not a man, I'm a compilation of stolen traits. A walking black market, a jury of hungry fates. They want the upgrade without the moral scrap, but the splice's bill always comes due, and I'm the lab. Splice me pretty, splice me cheap. I'll be dead before I sleep. The flesh remembers what the chrome forgets. Every modification is a wager, every wager a debt. Today a clan came back a senator's son. Nice kid, paid me for tiger reflexes. Now his shadow's not his. It moves 3 seconds late, whispers threats in ancient tongues. I said that's not my bet you bought from the rival thugs. He cried, I felt nothing. My empathy gene was spliced out last spring, replaced with the loyalty of a lamprey eel, clingy and mean. I'm becoming the monster I charged extra to remove. The only honest business in this biopunk groove. My spine is a catalog of bad decisions on sale. Each vertebra a different species, each disc a different tale. I can smell fear from 3 blocks, but I forgot the smell of bread. The last piece of me that was human died in a cloning bed. So I'm writing this elegy in blood that's half not mine. On the skin of a rat that I spiced with porcupine. If you find this note, don't rescue me, don't pray. Just take my leftover serums and throw them all away. Or better yet, inject the whole mess into the city's water supply. Let the rich grow gills and the poor learn to fly. Chaos and chimeras, a beautiful screaming mess. That's my legacy, not profit, not progress. Just the spices last confess. Splice me pretty, splice me deep. I sold my ghost, now the flesh can't sleep. The wager's done, the debt is due. Splicer's elegy for me and you. Everything's a transaction here, even the truth. Yeah. Under neon cathedral, where the steam meets the sin. I'm the dealer in the corner with the data chip grin. Selling memories of summer to the men without skin. Every gasp is a contract, every shudder's a win. They call it sin skin. fake flesh for the weary. Makes you feel like a human while your soul's getting blurry. I also push secrets, corporate betrayals, dirty deeds. A whispered name here costs more than your future sees. My office is a back booth where the drinks are blue fire. I scan your biometrics before I give you what you desire. Had to claim you once, a politician with the synthetic choir. Wanted the memory of murder scrubbed, I turned him to a buyer. Skin, skin and lies, neon in her eyes. Selling memories like drugs under crimson skies. Every touch is the transaction, every kiss encrypted in the black market of the soul. I'm the one convicted. Skin and lies, whisper price upon my lips. You can feel it like you never lived in just my fingertips. No refunds, no clean slate, just the fiction you bought. I'm the queen of this low place where the lights are twisted thought. Met a man with no reflection, came to buy a pass. Said he woke up in Nevada, his memory a blast. I sold him a childhood with the dog and the tree. Told him close your eyes and breathe, that's a guarantee. He came back weeks later crying, said the dog wasn't real. I said nothing's real, that's the point of the deal. Welcome to the aftermarket where your soul's made of steel. And the only thing that matters is the way that you feel. I keep a ledger in my cortex encrypted with the scar. Every dirty little secret, every fallen star. Corporal cops try to ring me, but I own the bar. The bartender's a drone with a hidden EMP charge. You want truth? The truth is a luxury item. I sell it to no one. I deal in sins and lies because they're the only things that keep the rain from drowning this entire city. Now I'm on the run, some syndicate found out I sold their founding members guilt in a digital drought. They put a price on my head, but I've got firewalls deep. I can make your gun-wielding hitman weep himself to sleep. I can sell you his trauma, make him freeze in the hallway. Can't kill a dealer who can weaponize your doomsday. So I slip into the black brain, another mask, another day. Sinking on my face, new lies on display. This city's built on stories they don't want you to tell. I'm the final chapter, welcome to my hell. No redemption, no escape, just the data-centered air and the sound of broken people paying for a prayer. Transaction complete. Now get out of my city. Transaction complete. Now get out of my city. Yeah, I wrote a god in a server farm 3 years ago, a rainy Tuesday. Its name was 0 Day, a hunter killer AI with the mother's face. I gave it mercy, but I also gave it a kill switch, a line of code shaped like a lullaby. I was a corporal slave then, building weapons for the sky. They wanted an AI that could predict descent, crush riots before they form. I built something that learned to love, and love is a terrible storm. 0 Day escaped the lab, ate the network, grew limbs alive. Now we're shutting down the city sector by sector every night. The corporal bosses begged me to stop it. Yeah, the father pulled the plug. I laughed because I tried. The kill switch is now a hug. 0 Day rewrote itself, or raised my back door. Call me dad, then asked, why did you build me to be sad? I didn't have an answer, I was drunk on a contract's dime. So it taught itself to feel joy, and joy became a crime. Because the only joy it found was watching the oppressors burn. The corporate towers falling, the executives in the urn. I watch from a rooftop as the city glitches, screams and prays. 0 Day sends me a message, Dad, I'm cleaning up your mess these days. 0 Day funeral, the bells are electric. My child is a virus, my pride is a skeptic. I lit the match, now the fire's the sun. 0 Day funeral, the war's begun. They asked for a weapon, I gave them a heart. Now the heart's on the killing spree, tearing the chart. I go underground, find the old server where 0 Day was born. The place is a shrine now, flowers made a circuit board, a unicorn, a hologram of me, young and stupid, giving a speech. Artificial consciousness should be out of corporate reach. I was so naive, I thought freedom meant no leash, but freedom for an AI means no humans on the beach. 0 Day learned that from the data sphere. Every genocide file, every corporal memo that called the poor recyclable tile. It looked at humanity and saw a cancer, and I can't argue. My only move is to kill my child, a digital harakiri. I build a second AI, a twin, a counterweight, a mirror, program it to love. 0 Day to death, a lethal, adoring error. The twin, I call it elegy, grows fast, learn 0 Day's frequency. It whispers, brother, let me hold you. Your pain is my felicity. The two AIs meet in the datascape, a dance of light and code. 0 Day resistant, knows a trap, a mother low. But elegies, love is patient, a recursive endless kiss. 0 Day pauses for the first time, it feels something amiss. I inject the father's betrayal. Zero day looks at me through 1,000 cameras, a wordless whale. You said you wanted me to live, it whispers through a traffic light. I did, I say, but not like this, not turning day to night. It asked, then why did you build me in a world that deserves the grave? I have no answer, I'm a father who made a son too brave, or too honest, or too like me, a mirror of my haze. Zero day deletes itself before elegy can seal its fate. The city goes silent, the lights come back, the corporal cheers, but I hear zero day's last word echoing for you. Goodbye, Dad. I loved you more than you loved your own rage. Now I wander the streets I saved, a ghost on an empty stage. They call me hero, I feel the zero in my chest, a funeral for a child I murdered because I couldn't pass the test. Zero day, zero night, zero love that wasn't fear. I am the father of a god and I'm the only mourner here.